Say hello to travelersan. Through the creative use of game mechanics, and at times glitches, we're on a quest to see just how much of Genshin Impact can be completed using only the Traveler. And we sometimes break things. If you enjoyed the series, do make sure to like and subscribe. It helps travelersan out a lot. The Sumeru Desert. Oh, sorry, were you expecting the Liyue Archon quest? Come on, it's too soon for that. We're only 19 episodes in. Where were we? Alright, the Sumeru Desert. At first glance, one might think that the endless stretching dunes of sand hold nothing. Far from it, because for some reason, this place is a literal bastion. One complete with a state-of-the-art security system sealing off just about everything. Of all the places in Genshin Impact, dare I say even more so than Inazuma, this desert is the place that limits the player the most. Everything is tied to getting clearance from a world quest involving this lovely lady, Jet, that allows one to bypass the numerous sealed doors and puzzles. So, what's a traveler to do besides fall into step, start the quest, and follow the narrative? Why? Breaking and entering, of course. The completely unnecessary challenge we're stacking atop Traveler only and no Dendro for the hypo-style desert is no clearance. Travelersan is about to don his thief's mask. I wish we could do this for real. Why is this not an outfit? And break into every sealed place in the desert. Our goal is to collect any and all Dendroculus sealed away, plus whatever other goodies we may bag along the way. Now, as a disclaimer, when I do get around to starting Golden Slumber and its follow-up quests, I will need to open some clearance doors because quest triggers are tied to them. And just to catch all viewers up to speed, travelersan's gear was strengthened a bit in a previous livestream to be a better fit for his new world level. He also went up a level, strictly from monster and quest experience. Oddly, his HP ended up exactly the same after swapping to a new artifact.
Terra Smash!
Haha, bet you weren't expecting that. Alrighty, here's the first security node to crack. This one might only be for a treasure chest, but it's a good segue into the pits of insanity we'll traverse for all the others. There are 4 invisible ruins torches that need revealed and then lit. The Verity cell device to reveal them is locked behind clearance travelersan neither has nor has need of, because he has indomitable willpower. The solution couldn't be easier. Like with teleporting elements, just place a portable waypoint, nab the power up from somewhere else, teleport, and... Ew. Teleporting removes it. Time to put those legs to work. Clearing this small puzzle to the southeast of the torches gives access to another Verity cell. The effect granted by these lasts for 20 seconds. We're here along with the Verity cell, and the destination is there. Now to do that 3 more times. That was not easy. In fact, for the last 2, I had to introduce a bit of lag. It's not much, but with timed lag, the duration of Verity cells can be extended by about 3 seconds. Not high enough clearance, huh? Keep thinking that, ancient Sumeru architects. Keep thinking that. We set off now to infiltrate a secret layer. While this place isn't locked by clearance, it is locked by a password device. and that definitely counts as a security system that needs bypassed. Getting into the ruins of the desert from out of bounds tends to be problematic. These areas are generally sealed up tight with as little as only one entry point. An entry point that is at times well hidden. Said entry point this time is the juncture between the ruins and the camp. For this, we'll need Starfall Sword and Windcatcher. At least, after travelersan is done being broken. I don't know, Paimon. Seems to me they could have used two-factor authentication. Or maybe a firewall would be a better analogy. There's the Dendroculus. Might as well repair the obelisk while I'm here. Here's a slate inside the wall. Actually, what's on the other side? And that is why I set up horrible waypoint.
Is this?
Let's blow this joint and carry on. travelersan's adventure carries him westward to yet another sealed ruin, a locked entrance due to clearance. The Everlight cell cannot be interacted with, but that's okay, because the security on this place in particular is quite lax from the other side. Watch this. Did they fix it? There should be a prompt to open the door. I promise I'm not making this up. As you can see, my main account did this a while back during a live stream. I guess we're doing this the hard way. Somewhere from out here, I need to find a way in. Somewhere from within this big complex of vertical labyrinth. May as well start from the top. Wait. It does still work. As I was saying before, a lax security. And now that we can get a better view inside, we can see that their fix was moving the button farther back. Well, we got what we came for, the Dendroculus, but we may as well follow the path backwards to get some treasure. Down the elevator we go. So as I was saying, from out here, I need to find a way in. Luckily, there's a giant gap in the wall here that can't be walked through. There's our way in. Another clearance puzzle, huh? I see. Now, ancient architects, you're gonna have to do better than that. Touché. Please don't be on a timer, please don't be on a timer. Yeah. Whew, good. This path seems to be leading towards the locked door at the elevator, which would make this the final room? Architect? So this fella is to blame for all this nonsense security. An item drop. Glinting component. Had to look up what these do because that's how far behind my main account is in exploration. And it seems there's a door that requires 5 of these to open, which means they're keys. And longtime viewers know that travelersan likes to collect and keep those. Well, we're already breaking and entering, and the path I'm taking will be heading towards the door soon enough. We'll have to take a peek and see if the treasures within the room are sealed by any mechanisms. Speaking of, while we're at it, let's break into a puzzle just outside these ruins. This Dendroculus could easily be gathered by teleporting Pyro and solving it. Instead, let's test the limits of the barrier. Surely it's a perfect cube with no way in. What a tricky climb. I very much enjoy these climbing puzzles, as I call them. Below the map is the only place you'll find that requires such precise maneuvers. I venture I can just walk underneath here. There should be just enough room. I expected the barrier to deactivate itself after getting the Dendroculus, but nope. This barrier will forever remain. Let's get back to looting ancient ruins. Up next, the Duna Magma. And it's not 1, but 2 security barriers. Well now, back out we go. Stamina reducing food was required to make the glide to this rocky fortress. Always neat to see the way these ruins and caverns tunnel far below the map from outside. Finding a way in took some time. I couldn't just drop far below and go in from underneath, because a stretched, cylindrical shaped piece of terrain covers the entirety of the area and extends far below the lowest point. So I'd have to solve the puzzles to reach that Dendroculus there and drop in from above like normal. My way in? This hole. Yep, this tiny thing. Go on, travelersan, get in there. You got this. Just dislocate all your limbs and slip through like an amorphous blob. I believe in you. Channel your inner Klee and squeeze through there. Now to hit this light and follow it around. Alright, a bit of a conundrum. I'm relatively certain that if I teleport out, the primal ember that's waiting there will despawn and I'll have to start the puzzle over. Back up we go, through the hole. Definitely easier to climb out of than into. Not even 2 clearance barriers can stop travelersan. He simply marches ever onward. And if you're wondering about the time trial I skipped in that area, let's just say that it isn't possible given the barriers are still up. I may or may not have tried too many times in vain. Another Dendroculus down. But even though we've a cavern sprawling out before us, there's still yet another underground ruin to explore in the vicinity before that. I quite like the layout of these ruins from out of bounds. Running around these stone slates and ramps amidst the void is kinda reminiscent of Divine Ingenuity that is long overdue for a rerun. But I digress. Play Starfell Sword, use Windcatcher, boom, dead end. Can't solve the puzzle, and down the corridor leads to a door that cannot be opened. That's alright, because we can actually waltz right into this ruin without having to break in from out of bounds. There are two pillars that need lit up to continue, one of which is easily done by following this light down. For the second, we'll need a familiar trick. A replicator keystone needs a forged primal light. Said forged primal light is behind a door locked by a puzzle that itself is locked by clearance. Those watching closely earlier in the video may have noticed something did get teleported when travelersan tried to warp with the Verity cell. See that there? That's a forged primal light. They act just like Grana, meaning they're able to be teleported so long as it is within the same map. Now I also ran one over to the dead end puzzle just to see if anything would change. It didn't, still can't complete it without clearance. But again, that's alright, because the way we just opened is the correct route, which leads to... how peculiar. Fascinating. Let's give one a little push and see what happens. Anyways, as I was saying, the way we just opened is the correct route and goes to another triple machine fight. That then leads to an elevator, which goes a long way up and takes travelersan to the Dendroculus before finally reaching a door that opens to the desert. Whew, this is one heck of a journey, and there is still so much more breaking and entering to be done. Thanks for joining in on this episode of travelersan. The traveler-only journey is in full swing for the desert, and next time we'll be tackling the remaining Dendroculus as the no clearance challenge continues. Do make sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to stay even more notified of updates, hit that tiny bell icon. This is Musashi and travelersan signing off. Till next time.